Soaking wet. Really wish I had a Peloton bike right now. That's a far cry from a Peloton. In fact, I think you can get, I think for the cost of a oh, let me see here. All right, there we got to rub this off. For the cost of, I think, a Peloton, although we're going to talk about that in a minute, I think you can get, let's see, 4, 8, maybe 4 of these bikes. So you get 4 of these beach cruisers with the fat tires for the cost of a Peloton. Anyway, I kind of wish, I'm just envious if you have a Peloton right now, and it's a rainy day. I don't know if you can see it in the backyard. It's starting to clear up now, but it is super, super rainy. Good morning to you. If you're not losing, if you got a Peloton, hey, let me just first say that I'm not here to bash Peloton bikes. I actually am a firm believer. We were just on a bike. We just took Owen out for a bike ride. Not on a Peloton. You can't do that. But Peloton keeps losing. I actually was just doing a little research, found out that Peloton's not doing so great right now. In fact, they just lowered their price. So again, if you have bought one at the peak of the season, maybe in the beginning of the year, you had your New Year's resolutions and you paid top dollar for it. I think right now they're around $1,400, and I think you can make installments on them. That's a lot of money for a bike, right? Especially if it's not going to be used. We'll talk about that in just a minute. But I believe you can make installments for maybe $39. I think they dropped their installments from $49 or $59 to $39. But again, here, I'm not knocking it. If you actually are getting results and you're getting in great shape, amazing shape, right? You're in the best shape of your life, and you have a Peloton bike or any kind of home spin bike or something. Awesome. This message isn't for you. But if you aren't losing, if you have, and it can be related to anything. I just was thinking, because we just got off our bikes, it would be interesting. And typically on a Saturday, I remember just years ago, Saturday mornings, I used to teach tons of spinning. Actually, years ago, for 10 years, I taught spinning, indoor spinning, before Peloton bikes, before the home spin bikes and all those treadmills and there was home exercise equipment, but it was more like a Thigh Master, right? Hey, good morning. If you're jumping on here, let me know that you're here. If you're catching the replay, I'd love to hear from you. Just do #replay so I can connect with you later on. But Peloton is losing. Apparently, now mind you, they're a $1 billion company, so I'm just disappointed that I wasn't the one to come up with the $1 billion idea of having a very expensive home exercise bike that a lot of people would buy. In fact, I went ahead and took a look at this because I didn't want to act like I didn't know my statistics. And there are currently 2.33 million subscribers that pay like a monthly fee. And that's an 114% increase over the last year. So that's kind of crazy, right? Like, as far as the subscribers, does that mean that those who own Peloton bikes are doing the workouts? Well, the statistics are in, and they're not so favorable. In fact, they actually, the average monthly workouts where people are connected and subscribed fell. Sorry there, subscribers. A year ago, it was 24.7 as far as monthly workouts, which is quite a bit, right? That's like one every day, or maybe because we were in lockdown and nobody was outside, and maybe everybody was sheltered on their bikes at home riding all day long, right? It went from 24.7 to 19.9. But my question is, Peloton is losing. Like, even their stocks for the second quarter had dropped even more so. So they're only going to make maybe 800 or 900 million instead of like $1 billion, whatever, right? I don't have all those stats. But if you're not losing, if you have a Peloton bike or any piece of exercise equipment, you got to ask yourself, was it really worth the investment? Because the problem with that I have with things like expensive home exercise equipment like a bike versus like a $300 beach cruiser where you can go out and enjoy the world and enjoy a beach or enjoy the neighborhood. Maybe you have that as well, and that's cool. That's totally cool. Maybe you have a Peloton bike, an outdoor bike, and a race bike, and a road bike, and a triathlon bike. That's totally cool, right? And if you're using that to supplement your workouts inside when it's hot and humid or rainy, like today, I wish kind of had it. It would have been nice to have a little Peloton bike right here in the back, covered up. That'd be awesome. But my point is this: why do most people buy home exercise equipment? They buy it to lose weight, right? They buy it to lose weight, and why I titled this Peloton is losing. They are losing. Like, they're losing money. They even dropped their prices. Like I'd said, they're about $1,400 now. I know a lot of people are probably selling them. I know a lot of people have had them and had them for a while. Like any piece of exercise equipment, doesn't matter if it's a $5,000 piece of exercise equipment. Sooner or later, you got to realize that it isn't a solution. Unfortunately, they sell it as a solution. It's not a solution. The solution is an overall, like if you're trying to lose weight, you have to take a holistic approach. And I'm not saying like holistic, only eat whole foods and all that stuff, but you got to look at all the different components. And one of the things that I do in my coaching program is we take a look not only at the exercise component, something that's going to be sustainable, lifelong. It could be incorporated. I have clients that work with Pelotons. They have Peloton bikes. They have treadmills, tonals, things like that. I've even had some clients that work in person with some trainers, but they want they want, so to speak, the full money. They want the full solution. The solution isn't in a piece of exercise equipment. That's kind of what I'm here to tell you, is that the exercise equipment is a tool. It's kind of like when you're in a kitchen, you have a knife, and the knife is just a tool. You need the food, you need the ingredients, you need the recipe, you need the oven if you're going to cook something, right? The knife is just a tool. The Peloton is just a tool. It's not going to get you in shape. You have to do the work. A treadmill or even a ThighMaster, back in the day, the ThighMaster isn't the solution. It's just a tool. So just keeping that in mind. Now, if you aren't losing, if you've been spending, how much more money do you need to spend? I see now some of those, I've talked to people all the time, Mark, no, I just invested, excuse me, $1,500. I think the tonal machines, like some of those home gym, like things you throw on the wall, the mirror, I think is another one. They're like $3,000-$4,000. I've talked to people and I followed up with people, and they usually don't like to follow up with me because they buy the extra, instead of investing in a solution, they invest in another piece of equipment, and that other piece of equipment, just as the treadmill did and the ThighMaster did and the P90X videos did and all of the DVDs you bought and all of the bands that you bought and all the kettlebells and the free weights, all those things, sooner or later, typically it's sooner than later, they just end up becoming places where you hang your clothes from, right? Like we used to think with the treadmill. You used to hang your clothes on the treadmill. Most people that have treadmills in the garage, they hang their clothes from them, right? It is what it is. Again, that's not knocking. It's a good effort. But just going into it, buy the Pelotons, buy the bikes, go back and buy another ThighMaster. Cool. Just use it as a tool. It's not a solution. That's all I have to say. Well, why am I telling this? Because I'm a coach who provides a solution. Whether you like biking or not, whether you want to run or not, whether you want to go out for a bike ride on a beach cruiser or not. Like, there's a difference between a tool, a technique or a tactic, and a solution. And one of the things that I've made it my mission as a coach is not just to give you another tip or trick or tool, is to give you a solution. And for the right person and the right fit, if you're over 40, typically I work with women. If you're a male over 40 and you need help and you've bought all the equipment, you spent thousands and thousands of dollars and you're still overweight, you're still out of shape, you still haven't lost the weight you've been trying to get off with all the equipment you bought at home, maybe it's time to switch. Maybe it's time to pivot towards a solution rather than another piece of equipment. And that's my conversation for you today, is to ask yourself this weekend. I know there's lots of weekend warriors. If it's raining, chances are here in Florida, maybe in my neighborhood, if it's raining, you're getting on that Peloton. Maybe you're getting frustrated. That's cool. I don't mind. I don't mind if I have some haters. Oh, don't hate me. The Peloton, blah, 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 it's working for me. I did it. That's cool. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the person who bought the equipment, and I know, and I speak to tons and tons of people. I have the equipment, or they're reluctant to tell me they have. I've talked to people who have whole home gyms in their house and they're still overweight and out of shape because, again, without clarity, without direction, without accountability, without understanding what you should be doing, just because it looks sexy to buy one of those things and get on and ride in the morning, have that tight outfit on, you got that Lululemon gear and you're wearing those Athletas and the guys, you got your muscles popping out. They didn't get the people that market these. Let me just tell you, I taught spinning for 10 years. My upper body did not get shredded. I didn't get a six pack and shredded arms because I was on a spin bike. Right? I didn't ever have actually shredded, like six pack body, all that stuff. I didn't. I was always fit and more athletic, but the cycling, what it did is it gave me good cardio. It was good. I burned lots of calories. It was good. My legs got kind of beefy. It was good. But it is not nearly like the whole approach when it comes to using your entire body and having the right kind of workout for where you're at in your season of life. If you're trying to lose 40 pounds and you're wondering why, man, I spent last, at Christmas in January, we're 9 months in, I spent $3,000 on that mirror, and it really was kind of fun and I liked it, but I didn't lose any weight. Because you and I both know you can't out-train a bad diet. You've heard me say this and preach it all the time. The difference is, again, you have to realize that when it comes to losing weight, you got to win in all areas. You got to win when it comes to the workouts. You got to win when it comes to your nutrition. Does it have to be perfect? No. In fact, my students that are winning, they're absolutely crushing it. And I want more of you who want to crush it. I don't know why you're still on the fence. You're still sitting there. Maybe you're just thinking that it's just going to be something you can buy. You can't buy yourself in better shape. You have to earn it. But you realize that you can either do one of two things. You can buy more equipment, think that's going. You can buy more shakes and potions and pills, and you can jump on more bandwagons and quick fixes, and they're going to serve you wrong. In fact, they're going to destroy your metabolism. They're going to destroy your body. I plead my case. I feel like sometimes I'm a lawyer here trying to convince the jury, like trying to convince you to make the right decision. Like, to make the right decision is, now again, I'm not the only decision. I'm only one coach, but I can tell you, if you're the right fit, if you're struggling overweight, and if you're out of shape, and if you're over 40, and if you're serious and you want to not spend if you're like me, getting close to 50, or maybe you're even in your 50s and you have maybe a good 20, 30 years left, all you got to do is ask yourself the question, do you want to keep struggling? You want to keep like the yo-yo roller coaster ride? Do you want to keep waiting for another January where you can set yourself up and say, yeah, this year I'm going to be losing the weight? Just like you said at the end of 2020, this is going to be the year for me. But Mark, you don't understand. My life was all, you're going to make up excuses why you didn't lose the weight again, and why your body's not in as good a shape as you want, and why you don't fit in those jeans that you had, that you went through the winter and you didn't fit in them. But next year, the bathing suit's going to come out. I'm going to put on that 2-piece. Is it all about that? No. Or, hey, I know I need to get healthier. I got another doctor's visit. I got to go get my annual, and I'm overweight, and they're going to tell me I'm pre-diabetic. And as much as I don't want to, again, you can make more excuses, right? Or you can get results, or you can buy more equipment. It's up to you. It's completely up to you. Now, like I said, I think all equipment is awesome. Like, I love it. I don't have a Peloton bike, but I realized, I think the only thing I bought for the home was a total gym. We bought a total gym, and it was used, and we bought it at like a Play It Again Sports they had here in nearby. It was like a used equipment store. And I'll never forget, because my wife was pregnant with Mason, and we bought one here, and we weren't really going to the gym, so we decided to use it. And we used it for a little bit, and then we ended up selling it, right? And ended up sitting around. We ended up hanging up. Now, we have ropes and kettlebells and bands, and I've used them before. But to be honest with you, I like, personally right now, going to the gym has worked well for me. That's something that's worked, but I know it's just a tool. It isn't the complete solution for weight loss. And I'm not on a weight loss journey. And if you want to get off of a weight loss journey once and for all, you got to realize just buying another piece of equipment isn't going to do it for you. I don't care how fancy it looks, how amazing it looks in your home office. Like, you can even say, hey, yeah, that's my Peloton. I got on this good ride today. It was awesome. Like, I rode and it was so cool. And do you have one? Oh, I got one. Do you got those shoes that go with it? Yeah, I got that. That's cool. You got that screen. Awesome. I get it. It's all cool, and it can help, but it's not a solution. If you want a solution, I want you to drop down below here. Drop down solution. You want to claim it? Drop down the word solution, and I'll get you connected with one of my team members. To be honest with you, aside from doing these lives, I spend the majority of my time with my paid coaching clients, and one that have invested in a coach, in a program to offer and to provide a solution for them. And I don't know if you've been paying any attention, but the testimonies and the success stories are coming in, and it isn't because there's no piece of equipment that I'm trying to sell you on. I shouldn't say that. The piece of equipment is the one that you're going to take with you the rest of your life, and it's you. Like, you're the most important piece of equipment when it comes to exercise and your weight loss and health and fitness journey. And let me just reiterate this. Your health journey, your immune system journey, the most important The most valuable thing that you can do for your health and your life and your immune system, ding, 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 I won't go into any other keywords, is to take care of yourself. The most important, the most valuable thing you can do for your health is to actually pay attention to it. Does that make sense? Right? Like you can take all the supplements and do all the things and buy all the stuff, but if you aren't actually willing to take action steps to do the work necessary, guess what? You're probably not going to get any healthier. You know what? The only one that's going to keep losing is the Peloton as the price of the Peloton keeps going down and down and down. It kind of reminds me of gyms when you see gyms pop up and open, like here, I know for instance, LA Fitness, you know, they struggle. Like big box gyms are struggling, not just because of the lockdowns and stuff last year, but because there's a lot of gyms that are now opening up. There's all different kinds, right? Your Planet Fitnesses that are $10 a month, where your gyms used to be $30, $40, $50 a month. Now they're offering $9 and $10 gym memberships, right? They're kind of cannibalizing the industry, unfortunately. And it's the same with exercise equipment, cannibalizing, where they could have spent, maybe you probably paid $2,000 for your Peloton bike, and now they're $1,400. Again, and realizing that there's more and more competition. And I realize that for me. When it comes to coaching, there's more and more competition. Why am I talking about a Peloton bike right now? I know that people are going to spend money because it's easier just to shell out a credit card for a piece of equipment versus to know that they have to invest in themselves, and maybe having a coach alongside of them on this journey is going to be a far better investment, but it's going to require, like, I don't do the work for you. Like, I'm not here, hey, I'm going to exercise. You just check in and I'll do the exercise for you and you'll get in shape. No, it's not how it works. But I provide you with a solution, and I guarantee for the right person results. Like if you're looking for results, or if you're just looking for another piece of equipment to hang clothing from, go after it. Go buy the next piece. There'll be probably something even cooler coming out in the new year. Be on the lookout. You can get sold into buying one of those, or you realize, hey, Mark's still around. He's still coaching. I remember going to his gym. I remember when I worked with him as personal trainer. I remember when he lived in New York and taught spinning. I've been doing this for 26 years. I'm not going anywhere. But you notice it's still me. It's still the same person. My question is, do you want to still be you? Like, do you still want to be struggling with your weight? Go ahead. Go buy another piece of equipment. Go buy another gym membership. Come around the new year. Or do yourself a favor. Connect with me. Put solution down below. Go ahead. Send me a private message. Put solution. I'll get you in touch with one of my team members that can help you as my support specialist. I have an amazing team. They're really, really awesome. A small team and a personalized approach, no cookie cutter. You're not going to get, there's not like 5,000. Some of these other programs I see, they're out there. I hear them all the time. Mark, they look great. They're inexpensive. They're cheap. But there isn't any real coaching. There isn't any real yes, they give me a nutrition plan and they tell me, they show me they're trying to help me with habits, but I feel like I'm just a number. It's kind of like the difference between going to a giant school versus like a little school. My son had a class the other day and it was like, he said there was an auditorium like 600-700 people. It was a little overwhelming because he came from a school, it was a pretty big school, had 400 in his class, right? So other than that, but I went to a school where they had just a small amount. There was a little more of a personalized approach. So if you're looking for a more customized, personalized approach and you want a solution, you need to reach out to me today. Like, just so you know, my prices aren't actually going, I'm not slashing prices. I don't need to. In fact, because we're getting success, my rates are probably going to be going up very soon. I have a bigger team. Like, that's something I realize the value for me to invest in my team so that my students can get the best results. That's going to be ultimately the best option for me as a business owner, right? How can I get better as a business owner is to provide a better service. How to provide a better service is to keep investing in myself as a coach, investing in my team. And that's what I'm doing. That's what it's all about. You're either spending money on things like equipment or you're investing in yourself. What's it going to be? It's Saturday morning. Hope you had a good little time with me. I have to go. I do have a meeting right now. I have a training at 9 o'clock. I might be late for it. Anyway, take care. God bless. I hope you have an amazing weekend.